Hello friends, in this video I'm going to talk about what is the for loop, why do we need for loop, and how can we use for loop. When you have a statement that you have to run multiple times, or when you have some conditions you want to run that multiple times, these are the times when for loops become very popular. You don't have to write the code for each individual conditions. For loop will handle that with just 2 lines of code because it's very dynamic and it works for any similar objects for the sizes that you know or you don't know. That's the main reason this has been very popular these days. There are 2 ways you can use a for loop. One is called for each or enhanced for loop. This came in Java 5, or you can use a for loop by giving the indexing. Okay, so let's write the quick code. I have this empty class to do this demo. I'm going to create a main method here, public okay. Usually for loop applies to the array, so let's just write array. What is the array? It's string, let's say names equals Barry. So these are all the strings. Okay, Barry, Harry, Carrie, Terry, or something like this. So what this means is, with this square bracket, now you can provide just single variable that is going to represent multiple similar objects. So here in this case, each of these objects are a string. Each of this string does not need to have a different variables. Names will itself handle all of them. All you need to provide is the index number. So index number starts with a 0, 1, 2, 3. It will look for what is the size of this array. Size is a 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, but this size does not start with 1. It will start from 0. Always indexing starts with a 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. So if I don't use the for loop for this array, I would write the code like this. Zero, name 0. I cannot just print these names because it is not representing the one single item. It is representing as a whole, which is an object. Okay, it's an array. I cannot print the array. I have to give the array by the index number. That's only it will pick one single items, and it will always have to print single items. It cannot print the whole thing. It will have to traverse through. So in my case, now I print Barry. Now next time I may want to print a Harry. Okay, so I'll just copy paste. So let's get this straightened. So next time what I will do, put 1 next 2 and then 3. So this means I have a 4 sizes that starts with a 0. Now if I run this test, or it's not test yet, if I run this program, then you will see all 4 names here. And you can tweak around with these numbers because you are hard coding. Basically you are defining each one of this. You can print 3 here and 2 here, it doesn't matter. But if I have this array, and in this time I know the size. Okay, I know the size, that's why I could give a 3, because if I would have given 4, it would fail this program. It would say array index out of bound exception, which means the array I'm telling the number, the index number I'm giving for the array does not exist. which means it existed before it has been there, right? So in that type also for loop will handle that very gently. Okay, so let's not write this type of dirty code. I will just need one for now. Later we'll do that. So we'll have to write something mechanism called for loop. So for loop starts with the for small letter parenthesis. Okay, inside you'll have to always write int I as a variable equals 0 semicolon. It has to have a 3 phases. Okay, so initialized value is 0. That's where it starts with a berry, right? And then you want to give more condition, right? So then I is less than names dot length. That means the length of the array, and then I plus plus. It will then continue to plus. Now I will copy this guy. Now I don't want to give this number index 0 or 1 or 2 or 3. I want to simply give I, because I is now being a variable. It will represent starting 0, this guy, and then here I have a plus plus. First time it goes to 0, and then it goes through this whole condition inside this parenthesis. Once it gets here, it will do what I'm asking to do in this selected person. This I stands for first thing. First thing is a berry of names. Names 0, I is a 0, names 0 is a berry. And then it goes up again. And then it will go through plus plus. When it adds 1, plus plus means 1. Adding 1 will make this I to 1 instead of 0. And then 1 is Harry. Next time it loops, it will do the same thing for 2. Next time it loops, it will do for 3. Okay, that's how it will print. So if I need to print this now, because I did not save, see, it printed everything, right? All I needed is just 2 lines of code rather having all 5 different lines. And other thing is, now I don't need to know the length of this array. See, I have names dot length. Whatever name is this, I'm blind on this. I haven't seen this selected portion. All I know is there's a names variable that is representing array. So all I get is the length of the name, and then I print them out with a single condition. I could also give if condition here inside. Let's say if names I dot to lowercase dot equals berry, else I can even give the conditions here within the for loop itself. This is the for loop, so let's format it. Indentation. Okay, so now if this is a berry, which means I, the first value is a berry, then do this, otherwise do this. Okay, let's run this again. Now for berry, it is printing like this berry goes inside this condition, so it is still inside the for loop. But then inside the for loop, once it gets here, it will then start matching the if condition, and then once it is there, it does what I'm asking to do. And then if condition does not come true, then it will go to else block, right? Everybody else is in the else block. So that's how you can basically integrate or play along with the for loop. There are other ways, however. You can do the same thing with is. Okay, that's main. So let's do the other thing. So other one is names 4. Okay, 4 is 4, parenthesis remains. So what is this names? Names is the string type, so I have to give the variable for string name. So here names, name, and you don't have to write names and names, but it just makes more sense. Name is one guy, names is multiple guy, right? You could just write n, or you could just write e, or whatever. That is simply variable. That's all you do. You don't need to write this whole line. This is what the enhanced for loop means. So now this name is going to represent each one of these individual item. You don't need to provide index number anymore. All you do to write this is, now this condition you can copy, however same condition. Okay, this is also very okay. Here I don't need this. All I need is this value, the first value. Okay, let me write this name. Okay, not names but NA. Let's write so that you don't get confused what I'm talking about. So when I do this condition, otherwise NA, so I don't need to provide any index number here. All I do is I assign this variable as NA colon. Okay, colon is going to loop through each one of this. What this means, this colon says, okay, loop each time from names, and whatever looped it is, that is going to be assigned a variable as NA. That's what it means. And then NA is going to be only single objects variable. Single object could be Barry first, and then it will loop through. Next time it's Harry, Carrie, and Terry. Now if I run this, it is going to do the same thing. Okay, run as okay, you see this is Barry. It comes to first part. This is also the Barry. Nothing gets different. So only the different is this is single line thing, this is multi-line thing. You have more values here. You have to initialize something, you have to assign the variable, you have to get the length, and so, and then you have to use this index all the time, including the array. Here NA is going to be single objects representation, and it looks much cleaner with the for loop. For loop is usually used with the collections. So these are the only like a quick video I wanted to show you how you could use the for loop into the control flow statements in Java basics. Thank you very much for watching this video, and please continue to hit that subscribe button, and please add your comments if you have some. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you.